for the Renekton. They're gonna go for the Akali instead, knowing they're gonna be giving up Renekton, knowing that Hyde is a strong Renekton player. So yeah, it is what it is. So Renekton versus Akali maybe at the top side.
Yeah, it could be possibly a top side. It could be possibly for Yato as well in the mid lane. So it is going to be a matchup for sure because RRQ, we still don't know where the Galileo is going. It could be towards Hex as the support. Now, Corki versus Nami. This is a really good rotation because it denies the Lucian Nami pick as a response of RRQ. So this is what is a good call. This is going to be the Chazik's return. It is going to be the Chazik's.
All right.
Again, Chaz has been an amazing assassin jungler. He has been prominent on the tank junglers back in the summer season, but he has shined a lot in these assassin picks. Yes. Lucian, though, on towards Marky.
Yeah, you can remember the Rengar yesterday. Chaz was really scary on the Rengar, but right now, one of his signature champions really is the Kha'Zix. So, right, we're in for a treat right now, but Lucian is available, so it is going to be picked by RRQ right here. This is a very powerful lineup right here from RRQ, and they are yet to pick their last champion. Let's see, as Garen is going to be locked in by GRINDSKY Esports.
Yeah, we'll see if they are going to lock in a support because we still don't know if the Galio is going mid lane. If Helios wants to play something that he wants to challenge the possible Akali, there we go. It is going to be a Galio mid. He's going to set up for the squad. This is a very strong skirmish because look at Chaz. He's on the Kha'Zix. He's on the prowl. And then here comes Hero's entrance. Helios will join the fight. Meanwhile, for GRINDSKY, this is a lot of assassination potential, a lot of skirmish heavy as well. There's a lot of damage on the board with Meng and Yato on these two picks. So I expect this 2v2 to be spicy.
Yes, definitely. I love the Garen pick right here, knowing that there's a Lucian plus the Xin Zhao right here. Lucian, we saw Lucian dominate the Rift in the earlier series, in the earlier matches. Xin Zhao has the ultimate to really nullify the ultimate, the culling, and all his other skills. So I love the Xin Zhao pick right here. I really am interested once again in the Baron laners, Akali going up against a Renekton. Who will dominate this? I think the Renekton strategy right here is there's this possibility of Renekton going for a split push, so that will take Akali away from the fight. But then again, we are just everything's just hypothetical at this point. It will be up to RRQ what they're going to be doing in this fight. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Wild Rift. GRINDSKY on the blue side, RRQ on the red side, 3 champions here on the RRQ side just to get priority, but everyone should go to their respective lanes after.
Yeah, it's the usual. Either the top lane decides to help out gain priority for the mid lane and soak a little bit of that experience if the level 1 isn't as a happy matchup as you'd expect it to be. But yeah, I assume this is going to be similar to what we've seen in a Renekton top and a Twisted Fate mid lane. Helios is going to use the hero's entrance to impact the side lanes and potentially, possibly dive if Hyde gets priority. But this is a Garen matchup. Uh-oh. Majo gets a tower hit.
Yeah.
That's not supposed to happen.
That's bad for Majo right now. So Hyde knows about this. Let's see. Hyde goes for the flash forward. Majo will be fast enough and he will be okay. Will be forced to take the fruit, both of them, but still 0-0 at this point.
The thing is, at least Majo is able to survive that ignite tick. So that's a little small victory, I suppose. That's these micro happenings is just so crucial to the 1v1s, even though you're like a neutralizer as the Garen pick. So this is now a summoner spell in favor of Majo. We'll have to see what the Rift Scuttler fight is going to look like. So far though, RQ is able to secure the first Rift Scuttler and they could potentially even contest the second.
And that's bad for GRINDSKY at this point. You really need to take control of the map, especially one of your win condition of this fight really is your early game. Xin Zhao, Akali has this early game spike where you can take advantage of the game and snowball from that point on. But with the Rift Scuttlers denied, no, it is gonna be it is GRINDSKY who will take the bottom Rift Scuttler right here. Top side, little exchanges right here from Majo and Hyde, but everyone's gonna be okay.
Yeah, Hyde proxy the wave there. It's something that you don't usually see, but he's able to get one wave, I suppose, and And as they saw Meng focusing more at the bottom portion of the map, so there's really no threat. Again, it is a Garen is still not level 5. It is going to be a long tussle if ever Majo decides to be aggressive on that wave proxy. But for now, Ignite is up once more from Hyde. He is also level 5, so I assume this could be a fight.
And that it is. You're right. And Majo is already running on, and that's not going to be enough, my friend. Majo goes down. Hyde will take first blood for RQ.
This is Hyde. We talked about this before. Renekton on Hyde is such a scary pick. And he is one of the kings for sure when it comes to the Renekton. He gets first blood for RRQ.
Yeah, mess with the Renek and you get wrecked as Macho goes down right there. But yeah, so much respect for Renekton right now. That champion at the top side really is very strong. I'm not really sure with the numbers, but usually Renekton, if ever in the early game, he gets the condition that he has, usually wins the game. But here it is. Next 30 seconds of the game, the first two big objectives of the game should be up. It's going to be interesting how both teams are going to pan out for this one.
I wonder if they're going to double down Hyde's lead here. He did get a solo kill. Not even needing the assistance of Helios, not even needing the assistance of Chaz. And, you know, Meng, of course, he wants to focus his efforts on another lane. Right. If the top lane is failing, then focus on the bottom side. As we saw there, Meng attempted a lane gank, but it's so difficult when Hex is there with Marky. The Howling Gale, the Monsoon available. Once Meng decides to jump in, then it's, you know, an easy disengage. Another proxy again from Hyde, by the way.
Right, definitely.
Attempt.
But let's see. The objectives are already up. GRINDSKY Esports will want to go for the Rift Herald, but RQ reads this one beautifully. So everyone is already here. Rift Herald is already being started right here by Meng. And here comes the fight. Meng sends out ultimate, and the tidal wave is going to be used by GRINDSKY Esports. Let's see. Meng is going to focus on the Rift Herald. Rift Herald is still alive, and it is going to be Corky who goes down first, and with tactical down, Marky will go in for the cleanup. That's a double kill for the Croc. Hyde will go for the second kill right there. Yato will be able to escape with a sliver of HP, but that was RRQ's fight for the Rift Herald.
Yeah, that ain't pretty. Hyde already getting a solo kill and then a double kill in this Rift Herald fight. That is gonna be insane. He could potentially snowball the game out of control. He has 3 kills already, even having a board in his pocket. A nice attempt though, coming from Hex. Unfortunately, the Zephyr damage is not enough.
All right, but Marky taking a lot of chunk right here. Good rocket by Tactical right there. But Marky's gonna be okay. Here is the fight, potential fight for the first Drake of the game. Mountain Drake's not really high of a priority, but if you're GRINDSKY, you're already down in the game. It will not hurt if you get that for yourself, and you don't want to give that up, RQ. But they're not gonna go for it. I like this right now. But Rift Herald is gonna be summoned here on the mid. That's gonna be pressure for RQ, and here comes the fight. Tidal wave is gonna be used to start the fight here, but off the bat, Sinzao goes down before he can do a damn thing, and that's very bad for GRINDSKY Esports. Garen will tack up, but will go down as Kha'Zix on the chest gets a double kill, and this is a big win once again for RRQ. 6-1 on the board, 5 minutes and 50 seconds in.
That tag team play, Helios with the setup. He taunted. Meng was forced to take auto attacks from the tower because of that taunt. And then he's so low, he wanted to get out. Chaz comes in from the side to finish the job. And this is, again, RQ being so clean, being so coordinated. We'll see an attempt and a steal, possibly not, as they're far away.
Yes, that is going to be the first Drake going to RQ side, and with that is the Globe Dragon taken moment for RQ. They are now up 3K at 6 minutes and 30 seconds in. That's very big at this point. You are going to be feeling that at this point whenever you try to go for a fight. At the bottom side, there is priority onto RQ side. Good ultimate right there by Ace and Hex, and they're going to be okay. I thought Yato was going to go for the kill, but yeah, that disengage. That's the power of a Janna.
Yeah, Yato was about to go in there, but the Monsoon timing was just so perfect. It denies the kill. And that is just as you mentioned, Leoric, the power of that big disengage from that Janna. Now, GRINDSKY, they lost the Dragon. They did get the Rift Herald, but they didn't get to maximize it because the mid lane tower still stands. and they have a huge problem, and they have to deal with it right now. I think that's what their plan is.
And there it is. They are going to be catching Hyde right here alone. 3 champions onto GRINDSKY's side. Oh no, it's Garen who goes down first. So is Renekton, 1-for-1 so far, but that's a big shutdown for Meng right here. Let's see if they can go for the punish. I don't think so, as Hex is already here to protect the team, and 1-for-1 trade 2-7 on the board.
Yeah, they want to take matters into their own hands. They know that Hyde is a huge issue. So they decided to try and get a gank. Unfortunately, though, they weren't able to get Majo in, but First Blood Tower will go in favor of RRQ. Solo plates, by the way, towards Marky over there is able to get that down. So we talked about Hyde being a threat. Of course, Marky will be another threat as well, especially if you manage to get more items on the board, perhaps for him, especially the Solari Charge Blades in as well as the Navoris. He's going to be insane.
He's going to be dashing all over the map later on. But then again, I thought it was Marky who took the first turret of the game. I didn't notice that mid turret did go down already in favor of GRINDSKY Esports. So that's something that will help them in this game. But looking at the gold lead right now, it's a 4K gold lead. RRQ, the lead is starting to snowball, and GRINDSKY will have to look for a way to stop the bleeding right now. RRQ with the map control, this is going to be hard for GRINDSKY.
A little bit of good news. Tactical, it has that wave clear on the Corki. So I think the biggest question is, will Tactical be given space? Because look at Hyde, he's massive. He was basically the first victim earlier in that Rift Herald fight. It was Hyde using a flash, stunned to Tactical. Bo couldn't really do anything in that fight just yet, and it could happen again. So we'll see if Tactical will be forced to maybe use a QSS, maybe play defensively.
Yes. At the top side, Majo taking a beating right here from Hyde. And here comes everyone. Twin Shadow is going to be used right here to slow down Garen. Garen will be forced to use the flash right there. Garen will be okay, but the turret will not. So that's another small win for RRQ to further up their lead at 9 minutes and 25 seconds in.
Yeah, they're looking for the kills. They're looking for the dives, and they've managed to get another tower down. And with that, Infernal Drake, look at the pings. RRQ wants to secure this. I bet GRINDSKY wants to secure this too. There's just so much that they need to get back into this game. And look at that, Tactical already has the Solari Charge Blade. So the crits are going to be there as well with the Radiant stack. So that's going to be a really good source of damage output. RRQ, though, Essence Reaver. Staff of Flowing Water. We talked about Lucian being paired with Nami. It synergizes so well because there's just a ton of heal. Hex, though, Monsoon, biggest source of heal on himself, but it's from an ultimate. And now, Infernal Drake has spawned.
Let's see if we can see the power of Staff of Flowing Waters in this fight. Rift Scuttler is going to be available right here. Rocket will hit Chaz, but will not do a lot of damage. Tornado is going to be on point. Chaz is silenced right now in a bad position. Tidal Wave is going to be casted right here, but Yato goes in too deep, will take the brunt of the force of RRQ, will be forced to use the stasis right here. Rampage already on the Chaz, and this is a scary bug, and he is on the hunt. That is Lucian taking down more champions with a double kill, making a triple kill for Chaz, and a double kill for the Lucian, and that is gonna be your Oppo team ace. RRQ just eats everyone up, and they will take the Infernal Drake as their dessert. This is big.
Yeah, it is huge. It is absolutely huge, and they get an Infernal Drake to boot. It is an ace, and then they get more of the dragon. I did mention, the Staff of Flowing Water. Yes, you got the Monsoon. You also have at least the Eye of the Storm to proc that ability haste as well. Right. So it synergizes pretty good for GRINDSKY, though. There was an attempt. We've seen them target Chaz. The silence kicked in from Majo. They got the exhaust down, but he was able to escape, and then they pretty much couldn't find the necessary targets to win that fight, and then it just fell like dominoes, basically, as Helios was able to zone everybody away. As we get to see now, though, looking at the item Solari Charge Blade, acquired by Marky, so he has been painful, and he's gonna be even more painful.
Oh, the hunt right here by Chaz, but Sinzao will be forced to use that ultimate right here for the disengage. So Meng is chunked already, doesn't have the ultimate, will be forced to go back home. So this is RRQ just really firing all cylinders right now. They're not stopping. And I like that from RRQ at this point. If you know that you're on the lead, just basically go for the juggler if you have to. Right now, let's see. Baron is already available. Everyone is ganged up right here for our Q side. There is the Croc at the bottom side. GRINDSKY Esports will have to check this out. But the Death Bush is going to be on point. Tidal Wave will be a tad bit too late. But that's a big control right there from GRINDSKY Esports. But it will not be enough. Yato is going to go for the backlines, but will go down. Just like that, Majo, run for your life, my friend, because 4 champions from RRQ is on your backside. Are you tanky enough? That's a question. One more poke and godlike for Chaz on the Kazakhs.
He wanted to get the Demacian Justice onto Marky, but he couldn't reach them. There's just too much damage from RRQ, and it is the Death Brush set up by this team. This is, unfortunately, GRINDSKY doesn't have the necessary tools to just run away, and the Tidal Wave might be a little bit too slow. And with that, RQ gets more kills on the board. They even get to push down the bottom portion of the map. Here's the thing, though. Yato waiting for that Rabadons. He has that Zhonya's, so he is going to be a very huge threat. If Marky survived that fight earlier from Yato's engage, I feel like in the next, he wouldn't survive. He wouldn't survive if Yato has that Rabadons.
Right. But there's a setup right here on the chest, but will be spotted with courtesy of the Twin Shadows right there. Very good by GRINDSKY Esports. They are going to go for the priority on the mid side. Marky is going to be here to make sure that the wave is not going to push any further. GRINDSKY Esports, I love their effort right now. They're trying to regain control on the top side of their map, but Hyde is free at the bottom side, taking the jungle camps, doing the split push. The pressure is there, and if Majo is not going to be able to join the 5v5 fight, it is bad for GRINDSKY Esports. Majo will be tanky enough though, but what can he do? Just soak up damage, and he is forced to back out. So Hyde is pretty free here at the bottom side.
It's hard. He's 2 levels below Hyde. He is massive right now, and the Ignite doesn't... Ignite being carried by Hyde doesn't exactly help Majo's cause to be the damage soaker of the team. Now this is the Baron. RQ looking to see if they can end the game. GRINDSKY, they have an idea that this is happening, but the waves aren't shoved in their favor, and Hyde is lying and waiting for GRINDSKY to advance, and then he can set up a flank.
And Marky is in the mid side, so really GRINDSKY could not, it's not really sure if this is going to be a very big risk for them to check this out. But here you go, Chaz will go in. No, GRINDSKY, it's already too late for them, so they're going to be backing away. But Marky is going to cut their exit right there. The bubble is going to hit onto 2 champions. That's going to be very big. But here comes the exit. That's going to be cut right there. Tornado's not going to be on point. Rampage for the Lucian as Nami becomes Sushi right here. Yato will go in. Bottom side, inhibitor turret is already down. Look at Hyde working on that Majo, and with the grand entrance right here, this is bad for GRINDSKY Esports. RRQ is just going to go directly for the juggler. The Nexus will just go down just like that. RRQ for the win.